What's up, guys? I'm Caden with Crypto Now or Never, and welcome back to another Turbo update. Please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Help me pump that algorithm. I'd greatly appreciate it. None of this is financial advice. Let's get into it.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want.
All right, so if we take a quick look at Bitcoin, this is actually very fascinating. Bitcoin is actually playing out very similar to what I was talking about yesterday. So if you've been watching my recent content, I've been talking about how I'm not very bullish on Bitcoin because it looks like we're potentially forming a head and shoulder pattern. This would be the left shoulder, this would be the head, and this would be the right shoulder. However, because the RSI and stochastics are extremely oversold, I wouldn't be shocked if we get a bounce. But when we do get this bounce, which we are currently getting right now, Bitcoin's back up to 95,100, we need to see if we can get back above the 21-day and the 50-day. If you see Bitcoin come up here and get rejected off of the 50-day moving average, then expect more downside, plain and simple. As of now, there's a little bit of a wick on the candle, but we haven't actually retested it. So honestly, there's not a whole lot for me to say about Bitcoin right now. Just watch these levels. If Bitcoin is going to reverse back to the upside, we have to break above these. And just to quickly give you an example of a bearish retest, look at some of these candles right here. For example, this candle came up, retested the 21-day, got rejected. We retested it again, got rejected. Retested it again, got rejected. If you see something like this on this candle right here, then expect more downside. Now, what's actually very interesting right now is the meme coin market. You can see that most meme coins are still down in the last week except Pepe. Pepe is actually starting to rip, and Pepe is up 8% in the last week, 17% in the last 24 hours. Now, this is something that I personally love to see. I tell you guys all the time that I think Pepe is the leading meme coin this bull run. A lot of people would argue it's Dogecoin, but I personally still think it's Pepe. But honestly, it very easily could be both. Regardless, though, when Pepe has exploded in the past, that usually has been very good for the entire meme coin market. And that includes projects like Turbo. And quickly, if you just look at the Pepe chart, you can see a clear breakout. It was just consolidating and now it's exploded. But if you scroll down, you can see that Turbo is currently the 137th largest crypto. And if we click on Turbo, you can see that the volume actually still is not that bad. The volume is 96 million. It's definitely not as high as it was upon a time, but a lot of people just look at the Turbo volume on Dex Tools or Dex Screener and they think that that's the Turbo volume. For example, Dex Tools says that Turbo's volume is 84K. You guys have to understand that this is not the volume. It's only talking about Uniswap. If you scroll down and you look at the Turbo markets, you can see that most of the volume is actually coming from Bitget and Binance. And you can see that Bitget is actually 22%. It's higher than Binance. But when you look at Turbo, it still hasn't had that giant Pepe breakout yet. You could honestly argue it's still just in this giant falling wedge or even a giant bull flag. I'd prefer a falling wedge though. But falling wedges do actually break up 68% of the time. So from a technical analysis standpoint, Turbo doesn't actually look too bad right now. And if you guys look at the daily time frame, we're actually retesting support. You can see we're currently retesting this early November zone. And we're also retesting the previous all-time high in May. So yeah, a lot of you guys who are panicking about Turbo right now, personally, I don't really see any reason for that. I would tell you guys if we have lost key levels, but Turbo has not lost key levels yet. Now, when we look at the Turbo X account, they're still growing constantly. They're up to 106,000 followers. It's crazy to see how fast they're growing, and you will notice that they actually don't have their blue check mark right now. But that's because they changed their profile picture back because they used to have the Santa hat. But Turbo's continuing to put out great content every single day. For example, they just posted 14 minutes ago. 2025 is here. New year, new horizons. Turbo is gearing up to break barriers and empower people. Together, let's redefine what's possible. And I think this could absolutely be true. 2025 could be a fantastic year for crypto. But at this point, there's not a whole lot for me to say about Turbo. You guys know I'm very bullish on this project. And if you guys are interested in getting into projects super early like Turbo, then I recommend taking a look at my Discord. At the current moment, there are 3 different tiers. But we've been making massive gains in here. As most of you guys know, one of the biggest calls recently was Base Pepe, which I first put out at a $3.8 million market cap, and Base Pepe ran over 170 million. These are life-changing gains to most people. So if this is the kind of stuff that sounds interesting to you guys, I have the link right here on my YouTube homepage. I really would love to see you guys in here. But as always, I want to be crystal clear. Every single one of these projects that I cover come with extremely high risk. Make sure you always do your own research. But that's about all. Let me know down in the comments how do you guys think Turbo will go this bull run? If you found this content valuable, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day.